Afternoon, everybody. Just going to give people time to join. Thank you for jumping on a few minutes early. I'll be back in a sec. I can see everybody's joining now, so we'll give everybody a couple of minutes to jump on. In the meantime, jump into the chat. Every time I say that, I feel more and more like a streamer, which I am not. But yeah, jump in the chat. Let us know which charity you're from, and we'll start the webinar in a couple of minutes. Afternoon, everybody. If you're just joining us, jump into the chat and let us know which charity you're from. Let's show each other that we're here. We'll start the webinar in a couple of minutes to give people a chance to join. One more minute and then we'll start. You know what it's like, switching from Teams to Zoom and back again, and signing in and signing out, and Zoom needing an update and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll start in a minute or so. Okay, then let's go. Hello, everybody. It's nice to have you all on today's webinar. For those of you that know me, I do sound a little bit different, and it's because I've got a terrible cold, which I'm currently fighting through. And for those of you that know me, equally, you'll know that it's only caffeine that's keeping me going. So, hello, thanks for coming. By way of a quick introduction, I'm Lee. I'm the founder and CEO at GivePenny. We've been here throughout the pain of the past few years, quietly building a pretty cool fundraising platform, helping charities launch beautiful and wildly effective fundraising experiences, and then help fundraisers raise more in tons of new ways. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. A couple of things. We're not in person, so I won't tell you anything about fire exits, but it would be useful to know that you can all hear me. So just say something in the chat like, yes, we can hear you. That would be great. And if you can see me as well, camera's on, but I don't know if you can see me. So yeah, excellent. Thank you for all the checks. And I hope you've all got at least a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a hot chocolate if you're feeling festive. We did a 12 Miles of Christmas webinar yesterday, and it's made me festive way too early. So yeah, thanks for joining. Been humbled again by the response. Little old GivePenny, we're not as big as Just Giving, everybody knows that. But who is as big as them? No one. So to have so many of you interested in anything we've got to say and anything that we offer is really important, and not we certainly don't take it for granted. So thank you for coming along. With that said, what we do is very good and has helped charities raise a lot of money over the last few years, into the millions. So yeah, hopefully some of the ideas we've got for you today help you along. Loads of charities have been in touch to get details of how they can boost their London Marathon fundraising between now and right now and the event in a few months' time. It's a quick turnaround, everybody. We know London Marathon fundraising is currently bloody difficult across the board, whether you're a charity struggling to recruit a shrinking number of people who would like to take on the planet's biggest fundraising running event, or if you're an individual fundraiser trying to get a $2.5 grand fundraising target over the line. So yeah, not only do we have a solution to boost your London Marathon 2023 fundraising for free, we also have a number of other pre-built solutions designed to help your runners raise more in new ways. And by the end of this webinar, hopefully you'll feel this is something you can benefit from. We know the sector needs help, and London Marathon is the big opportunity, at least on the third-party fundraising side of things, to encourage people to take on the challenge and raise money. So it's a chance. It's a chance for you all to make the rest of the fundraising year a little less pressured if you nail the London Marathon. We all know that. So we're building something that will boost it for free. There's a question and answers section in Zoom if you've never used it. So if you have questions as we go through today's webinar, chuck them in there, and I promise I'll go through each one individually at the end and get you the answers that you need. So some quick facts. Spotify playlist fundraising is exclusive to GivePenny. It works by allowing people to make song choices, say something about why they've chosen that song, and then donate. It's brilliant. 10% of donations made to London Marathon fundraising pages on GivePenny were linked to Spotify, linked to the playlist fundraising feature. That's a lot of money. What we're also seeing is that the average amount donated for picking a song for someone's playlist is going up. It's currently an average of £36, which is at least a third more than normal one-off Just Giving type donations. Another quick fact, London Marathon reports that an average fundraiser raises £1,495. Runners using GivePenny raised an average of £2,200 so far this year, and that includes people who didn't hit their targets and have had their places rolled over to the next marathon, which is really exciting. It's showing that our fundraising experience, which is fundamentally different, it has layers above the standard traditional fundraising experience of other platforms. It shows that that works. And this slide is an excuse to show a nice smiley face as well for everybody. So teamwork. I want to talk about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. How does London Marathon 23 Boost work? Well, it starts with the idea of teamwork. We often define the people. I mean, we, as in charities often define the people taking part in London Marathon for them as a team. Yet what we're asking them to do is very individual, and it often pits them in competition with each other as soon as you introduce the concept of, say, a leaderboard. London Marathon 23 Boost, I'm just going to call it LM23 from now on, from GivePenny, is an opportunity to actually make your runners a real team by giving them something to get behind together. Now, here's the cool bit, or at least one of the many cool bits about all of this. We'll help you create your charity's own playlist fundraising page like this one for free. The link to this page would be shared with your runners. We'll provide you with a template copy and things like an infographic and everything in between that you can use to email your current runners. You'll ask them to first add a song in return for a donation to the central playlist for all of your London Marathon runners, before they then ask their networks to add songs in return for donations to make the best possible LM23 playlist for all of your runners, full of emotional meaning. You, as the charity, will also get to promote the link to this playlist to all of your audiences across social media, corporate partners, and anywhere else you can get it seen, with the goal being to inspire your LM23 team of runners to stay the course and achieve their dream by crossing the finish line. You'll be able to see the message attached to each song choice, as well as everybody else who's visiting the playlist fundraising page for your charity. All of that meaning, everything that people say, like picking this song in memory of this person, picking this song because you're amazing, picking this song because I know you don't like it, but it'll be funny at mile 15 for if it comes on. And you'll be able to see those messages as well. And each one of those gives you a chance to put together a nice social media post about the meaning behind the donation and the song choice to nudge the whole thing along as well. Now, the total amount raised for this one playlist across the team of runners will then be split equally amongst all of your runners to help them get closer to their fundraising targets. And what we like to affectionately call a little Brucey bonus for everybody. I miss Bruce Forsyth. He'd be great at doing stuff like this, wouldn't he? This is a way to help your fundraisers top up their fundraising to get to their targets, but something you can help them achieve by promoting it, not just to them and to their networks, but to everybody connected to the charity, to spur them on, to help them stay motivated, to help them reach their fundraising target. So the toolkit that we're going to provide is effectively your own playlist fundraising page as a charity. Ignore the fact this is donate to Brian's challenge. I'm not very well. I haven't had time to do screenshots for stuff. But in effect, that's one of the pages you see where you can select your Spotify track. So your charity will get your own playlist fundraising page, and we'll provide you with a pre-written copy and images that you can use communicating to your runners and also communicating to your wider networks. Now, the big question here is, I know you're all thinking it, do we need to switch all of our London Marathon fundraising over to GivePenny to use this? The answer is no. You can use London Marathon 23 playlist fundraising page to encourage extra donations without switching all of your charity's main London Marathon fundraising over to GivePenny. The sector needs help. This is tough. It's really tough out there. We get to see it. We get to see thousands of fundraisers not do quite as well as they used to, given the way things are out there. And this is our way of saying, look, we know that there's a problem, and what we're not asking you to do is, turn everything else over to GivePenny in an effort to just give you something that we think will boost your fundraising. So to use the free London Marathon 23 Boost product, which is a playlist for your charity, that along with some content that you can share with your runners to help boost overall fundraising, every charity gets that for free. The bigger question is, should you switch your London Marathon fundraising over to GivePenny? And the answer, and I am incredibly biased, but the data backs this up, is yes. It's easy to switch. It gives your runners more fundraising tools than any other platform, including giving each runner their own playlist if they want it for their own challenge, along with the ability to earn donations for every mile of training, something else that's unique to us. Something that Ashley did. Ashley ran this year's London Marathon for Leukemia Care and was able to absolutely smash the target. Did over 300 miles of running. You can see the marathon there at the top. Had a great playlist going on and raised an absolute ton. And it was nice. So nice to give her a few cheers on what she did, what was done there as well. So yeah, there's an example of how switching London Marathon fundraising over to us could have a profound effect. So Boost for free is absolutely brilliant. Sounds great. If you were to switch, this is how it would look. You'd get the playlist side of things, but you'd also get a co-branded London Marathon 23 campaign page, fundraising pages that have their own Spotify playlist fundraising integration, the ability for runners to earn donations for the miles of training, which is one of the original ideas behind GivePenny. I was training for a 100-mile bike ride. This was years ago. Training for a 100-mile bike ride, and somewhat ironically today, just before the big day itself, I got the flu and I couldn't do it. And I was frustrated because I'd done over 1,000 miles of training. And during that training in the winter, I'd go out looking for hills and plan my routes and stuff. And whenever it was tough, trying to get up a particularly steep hill, I would be working out how much of the donations that I'd currently got could be attached to the half a mile I still had to do on that given hill or whatever it would be. And it got me thinking about earning donations for everything, every width of swimming that I used to do when I was at school, and certainly, training for things like a 10K or a half marathon. So we've built that on GivePenny, and fundraisers will be able to use that as part of their fundraising. And then we've pre-written an email journey that nudges fundraising behavior that we would also deploy as part of you bringing over your fundraisers over to GivePenny instead of the other platforms. So London Marathon 23, for any charities making the logical choice to move fundraising over now, given that we're now prepping for the next marathon, here's how it works. But I want to say that the Boost product is the one that I think everybody should be using. It's free to all charities. You just need to have your charity listed on the platform, which doesn't take very long. It's a question of filling out some questions. There's about 10 questions we ask you, and then you end up with a profile on the platform. And then you let us know that you'd like this activated. So we help you get all that set up and provide you with all the content that you need. The basic switch package is available for anybody with 10 runners or less, and includes the pre-written nudge emails that we've done. A more advanced version of that is available for anybody with more than 11 runners or more in April's marathon. It includes nudge emails, but also includes space for us to help you send any timed emails to all participants. So you'll provide the copy, and we'll make sure those emails get sent out at the appropriate time. And we've done that already with a couple of our charity partners, Leukemia Care being one of our closest customers, and helped us realize the best ways of doing this in terms of emailing participants in the London Marathon. And then there's a really good all singing, all dancing version of London Marathon 23 on GivePenny, which involves us providing a fully branded playlist giving microsite. So it will look like your charity's website or better, and we can create a giving experience as well as give you the ability to provide a completely bespoke email journey. So yeah, there's all singing or dancing all the way through to a free option for everybody that needs the help right now. And then, yeah, in terms of signing up, there'll be an email that's on its way out to you guys that will contain the link to sign up to Boost or to look at switching to us. If you already have a contact here at GivePenny, feel free to reach out now to them directly. They'll be able to help. And if you've got any questions outside of today, where you can ask questions on Q&A on here or on the chat, we'll be happy to help. Apologies for the quality of delivery today. I am surprised my voice is still going, but there you go. I hope that's given you all a brief overview of how LM23 Boost from GivePenny will work. So we've had a question. So we often have teams within our team with groups raising funds for a restricted project. Would this platform allow us to make sure that any donors who pay for a song would be able to select for their money to go into that restricted part within the reporting, perhaps in the back end? There is a way of doing that. If you want to get in touch with us directly, we'd be able to help you create places, maybe multiple pages where you send people, where people get to select which playlist to give to. So yeah, we'd be happy to help you with that. So yeah, I'll say that I've answered that one live. But yeah, that's effectively it. So in summary, there's a way to boost your fundraising for free. We hope that you see it as something different, and we hope that you guys can take advantage of it and see some of the increased fundraising amounts that we've seen with people using the GivePenny platform for London Marathon. And of course, we'd love to have any of you come and join the other charities that have switched their platform for London Marathon over to GivePenny with considerable success. So yeah, thanks ever so much. Any more questions? Jump in the chat. Can you still hear me? I think that's it. Yeah. Oh no, another new message. Thank you, Ruth. Another question. Let's have a look. Will this be available for other events moving forward? It can be. We can show you how to create this for any third-party event. So this is us effectively being a concierge. So we can create and set everything up, and we've got the assets and we've built them all and all that kind of stuff. But there is a way of you creating this kind of thing for every third-party event that you do. So yes is the short answer to that question. Can it be available for other events? Have you got any case studies of using Boost with another fundraising platform? Have you got any case studies of using Boost with another fundraising platform? Becky, I'm sorry, I don't understand what that one means. Could you reword it? We've not done this for previous London marathons before, and playlist fundraising for the first time was used in this year's London Marathon by a number of charities on the GivePenny platform. And like I mentioned earlier, the average amount given per track was £36, which is massive compared to other ways to donate, and it contributed 10% of all donations on London Marathon fundraising. Playlist fundraising did. Playlist fundraising booth with GivePenny, then additional fundraising via Just Giving Enthuse. It's never been done. This is a new feature for London Marathon. Having seen charities use us as their preferred platform and then see how playlist fundraising has had a positive effect, we've taken the playlist fundraising element and created a way for you to basically top up what your fundraisers are doing on Just Giving and Enthuse. So we're giving you a giving product rather than to add on top of any existing fundraising. And then if you were to switch, you end up with the full fundraising experience for your runners, as well as the giving product on top. But yeah, the London Marathon reports that the average amount raised for people taking part is £1,400 or nearly £1,500. The average amount raised so far this year, in a year where it's been more difficult, is £2,200 on GivePenny. So I can only imagine that stat that London Marathon are using has come from majority Just Giving, because it's where the majority of fundraising has been over the years. So yeah, it's looking like we've got something that does encourage people in a different way to raise money, and that's leading to higher amounts. So I hope that's helped answer that question. Can individuals just set up a London Marathon page with you instead of another platform if you don't use the switch? They can. You as a charity won't have that information grouped together and be able to easily report on London Marathon fundraisers. It's also a different journey for someone who's doing a DIY fundraising experience, and we'd always advise that for London Marathon and any other third-party events that you create a campaign experience on GivePenny, because then we can put together a specific email journey for what they're about to take on. But yeah, in theory, people, if you're listed on the platform, people can just come along and set up a DIY fundraising page for their London Marathon fundraising if they want to. It just won't be in the back end linked to a London Marathon campaign for your charity. Thank you, Sarah, for that question. Becky says, did you have any feedback on people wanting to keep their playlist donations to themselves rather than sharing with the group? I hope this makes sense. Yes. So speaking to a few people, if you've switched if you've got all of your London Marathon fundraising on GivePenny, then you have then given fundraisers the choice of being able to have their own playlist, as well as you guys promoting a central playlist. So a rising tide helps all boats. So if any one runner wanted to focus on their own playlist, then fair enough. It just means that the total amount on the central playlist is likely to be slightly lower, which means they get less of a boost from that. But with both in place, it's easy to see that it would be an overall good thing for overall fundraising if both the fundraiser has their own playlist and you guys have got a central one that you're using for all runners. If you don't switch everything over to us and you just take advantage of the playlist for boosting overall fundraising, then it's the only way they'll get their boost would be to share that central playlist, because playlist fundraising isn't on Just Giving or Enthuse or any of the other platforms. I hope that helps. And then, yeah, I think that's it, actually. I'll wait a couple of seconds. There might be a couple more questions, but hopefully that's helped. Do get in touch if you've got any other questions that we haven't answered that you come up with after this. But yeah, thank you very much for listening to my croaky voice. I hope you're all well and looking forward to a decent showing for the few months that we do have on the lead up to next London Marathon. So yeah, thanks very much, everybody. I'll stay on while you all go. That's the polite thing to do, rather than get up and walk out. Thanks for coming. Oh, you're welcome, everybody. Thanks for all the little chat messages. See you, everybody. Thanks.